Hard to believe it's another season is upon us, and we'll start off with the exhibition season, and Tusculum comes to town, and it gives me an opportunity to get some feedback in terms of where our guys are at. There's so many new faces, new pieces, new names. I mean, it gives us an opportunity to really see our guys against someone else other than ourselves. Now, obviously, they're going to come in with a game plan, and our guys are going to have to be able to figure out and adjust and do the things that we do. I always talk about us worrying about what we do as opposed to what other teams do. And if we are doing the things we want to do defensively, offensively, then hopefully that tends to go in our favor. So it's an opportunity for me to evaluate and see guys in a game setting, and that's going to be the mindset. Though people may say it's exhibition, but I want to see these guys in true minutes to see if we can have effective minutes. I've always been a proponent of that. It's not necessarily how many minutes you get. What do you do with those minutes? And so as we get guys out there, we'll play most all the guys. We'll play them all, and just to see where they are. So Tusculum is the first of a couple of exhibitions. It's hard to believe after tomorrow night, you're talking about you're 2 weeks away from opening up. So that's in itself, I'm sure, with our guys, they're excited. But more importantly for me and my coaching staff, it's an opportunity for us to see what we are.
Mike, do you play guys in combinations, or do you do like 5 in, 5 out, or what's your plan on?
The plan right now is probably more in combinations. I think that's going to be the mindset going in. That might be a situation in the game where I might platoon 5 and 5, but for the most part, I want to see combination. I want to see guys playing with Daniel, Adriel, Gabe, Jalen Harris, Keyshawn. I want to see the key, how those guys go out and how they perform in different settings. So one group may start the first half, and the second half it may be another group. So I want to see where we are. I just want to see us bring the intensity. That's the thing I'm really want to see defensively. Are we doing things that we've been working on to try to get better? We just got to become one. That is important, man. But it's going to be combinations.
Defense, man, because it was red white, there's just kind of running up and down the court. So much offense. Defense more premium in this game. Just trying to look to see what.
Well, that's how you earn your minutes. I'm a defensive-minded guy, so if you want to impress me with your defense. I've seen the offense; it can come and go. Guy may have 30 one night, may have 2 the next night. But what do you do in between? What are the things that you do to help our basketball team have an opportunity to win? And I just think defense is the constant. It's got to be there night in and night out.
What sense have you gotten from your defense so far, the way these guys can play?
It's spotty. I think with so many new pieces, it's it's like if you're an offensive team, you're trying to find that weak link. And if you make 4 or 5 passes, obviously there are times you can find that. But I want our defense to be where not one guy is that single weak link. If something breaks down, who are the guys that are going to be in the trenches to fix things on defense, to rotate? Like we're half second slow sometimes we're there. Obviously we're longer, we're athletic. Now, do we put all that into use and become a really cohesive defensive unit? I'm anxious to see myself. Like I said, there's a lot of questions, and now we get some of the answers, especially in a public setting where you got officials, you got fans. You got somebody that don't really, they want to beat the Razorbacks. So it's like I said, Tusculum is a team out of Tennessee, and I'm sure they're going to come in here and try to make a statement.
You approach the 2 exhibition games a little different with an opponent like Texas to start off, or you just kind of do it like you have in your past?
No, I don't change what we do. I think for the most part we're just trying to see the guys that are going to be ready to play. In my mind, I'm trying to see who are going to be those core guys early on, and then those other guys can obviously continue to work and practice in the games and continue to gain the confidence to gain minutes. But I want to see who those core guys are going to be.
Have you decided on the starting lineup?
No, I have not yet, Bob. It'll probably be a game time decision. practice today. We were off yesterday, but the day before we had probably one of our better practices. It was really intense, and guys got after it. So I think they're probably tired of playing each other. You know, sometimes you get to the point where you go against each other for so long, it's time to play somebody else other than ourselves.
Might you have any minute restrictions for guys like Daniel and Jalen maybe?
Minute restrictions? No, we're gonna try to play everybody, but at the same time, you know, those guys get some, they gotta get some experience. I mean, it's something you can't teach. And the way you get experience, you gotta play. So I won't sit here and say, hey, they don't play X amount of minutes. You know, I always say it's what you do with those minutes that you do get.
Is it hard to play, 12 guys or however many guys you might play? Is it hard to work that many guys into a game?
Yeah, it could be, but I just think, for the first game, we'll let them play and let them go out there and see what they're capable of doing. I always think guys earn minutes in practice, so if they earn an opportunity to get out there, show me what you got, show me what you're working with. So I want to see it, what they're gonna bring to the table. That's a song, Bob. No, I ain't gonna say the other part of it, Bob. That's
how's Jordan Phillips doing with this?
doing better. And, he got released to actually start doing a bit more aggressive rehab now, shooting the basketball, jogging a little bit. So his progress has been really good up until this point.
Was his knee, or what was his injury?
Meniscus. Yeah, meniscus repair in his knee.
I guess you guys have been practicing for almost a month, I think, or a little over 3 weeks. How would you say practice is going to this point?
I think, it's, other than learning the names, because I get Ethan and Ivy mixed up, Isaiah sometimes, I don't know who he is sometimes. I mean, it's just, can you imagine all these new names? I just asked Mike for a roster when I come up here, so I know all the guys I got on the team. But, Keyshawn, I mean, it's Reggie. Just think about all the new names that you got to learn, too. Obviously, you can sit there and research, but I got to be on the spot like that, with these new names. So I spend a lot of my time just trying to learn who they are. Gabe, I mean, but up until this point, I think these guys are trying to grasp what we're throwing at them, and sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't stick, because I find myself, having to go back over some things that, at this time in practice that you want to accelerate and really get into some of the stuff that you're going to be seeing and going against, situations and all that stuff. So we're just not getting to that point there. So, but I can say they've been working extremely hard and trying to grasp it. And the thing about it is it's not as easy as everyone thinks it is, especially to play the way we want to play. And but once they do grasp it, I think this thing of beauty. I think you see guys playing so instinctively, they play, they're seamless. I mean, they play together.
To kind of follow up what you're talking about there, have you had to kind of temper the speed that you try to install things with the number of new places?
I think so. I think I really have. I've had to really practice my patience on, things that we're going to be doing and go over and over and over again until they actually somewhat get it. But the thing about it is that there are some things that you learn in the game situation as well. I can prepare you for what's going to take place. Now we're going to put you in a position now where you got to make those decisions like that. And so to me, that's when you really start learning. And so the speed of the game would be different. The intensity would be different than the red-white game, and even in practice. And I always try to make practice so competitive, that the games are a different level. And so, and I think we've kind of created that environment now. It's just a matter of our guys going out, getting the nerves out, because we know they're going to have nerves going, and they're just doing what we do every single day.
I think the AP poll came out this week. I think there's 5 SEC teams ranked, and one of them wasn't even Florida, which is usually in there. What are your thoughts on that?
You probably should have been 6 or 7, maybe even more. I think our league is really good. I mean, to me, it's just building upon what took place last year. And so you can imagine once you get to conference play. But as a conference, the non-conference is going to be important in setting the stage up for what's going to take place in conference play. But I have no doubt that the teams, what they have returning, when you look at Kentucky, you're talking about Mississippi State, returned everyone from that basketball team, and they've added some players as well. Alabama's, Avery's got a really good basketball team there. So you look at Tennessee, they returned everyone. They still have the player of the year from last year, Grant Williams, and those guys, Admiral Schofield, and those guys are an experienced bunch. It's kind of been through the war, so it's got an opportunity to have another tremendous year in the SEC on the national scene.
I know from your days in Mizzou, you know the Porter family. What were your thoughts when you heard Jonte Porter was done from you?
Oh, my heart just kind of just took a little, just dropped a little bit, because I know those kids personally. Had an opportunity to be there when they were young. I mean, these guys they were like 13, 14. They were really young kids, younger than that, and just to see where he had progressed so much, and when I saw it, I thought some prayers were with him and his family, and there's some things you got to go through, and to get where you want to go. And those are one of the tough things in life. And so some adversity, but what do? You build off adversity. So if I know him and his family, and their fate, I think he's going to be okay.
Anything else for Coach?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.